what's up you guys? This is Steffi, aka In My Humble Opinion, and welcome back to another Fan Reaction Friday video. I'm pretty sure this is going to be the last series I'm covering on my channel for 2019 and for the decade. So, wow. So in today's video, I am finally watching season 3 of The Crown. I'm so excited. The Crown is one of my personal favorite shows. It's so well done. I just want to say, if you are watching this video and you clicked on it because you think I'm someone who's like really obsessed with the royal family and knows a lot about British history, you're sadly mistaken. This is not the video for you. I just am a fan of the show, and what I learn about the royal family is pretty much through what they present on this show. So I'm not going to be that person that's like, oh yeah, that's when so and so met, or that's when this happened. Like, I don't know anything. So yeah, but I'm along for the ride. I'm super excited for season 3. New cast. I'm nervous, but I've only been hearing good things. This is season 3, episode 1 of The Crown. The episode is entitled Olding. So now let's get into it. Oh, there she is. 1964. Oh, feels good to be back. I have no idea what's going on. What happens in 1964? I guess we're gonna find out. Wealth. The corgis. Ah, the anticipation to seeing Olivia Colman is like palpable. Oh, still back of her head.
Which they feel.
Oh, you can't even see her face still.
Her Majesty's transition from young woman to
old bet.
Wow, she has the accent down, man. She sounds very similar to Claire Foy. Oh my gosh, this is such a nice visual right here.
A great many changes. But there we are. Age is rarely kind to anyone.
I love that that's where we see her face in focus for the first time when she says that line about change. Poignant. Tobias! I watch Outlander too, so very familiar with him. For rank.
Said he even had a KGB code name. Olding.
And your chum,
ah, double entendre episode title.
Mr. Wilson was fine, or they would have done something about it.
Well, unless they never expected him to get this far.
Sounds like a certain president we have over here in the United States. Oh my gosh, this is Margaret. I love freaking Margaret. I love how I could tell and I don't even have to see her face to know that's Margaret.
Go on, off you trot. Sir?
God, remember the barrel episode from last season? That was...
Where's the other one? The fat one? She left, Mum. Nervous exhaustion.
Oh! So are they trying to tell us that, like, Margaret is not a pleasant person to be around right now? Tony said bye.
I've always said both the Queen and Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, have a very good eye. Wood. Between them.
One each.
Right. Eyes lived. Good luck with Winston.
Oh, that's nice. I guess they're at a good place in their marriage right now.
What would you say constitutes early modern?
The end of the Middle Ages to the beginning of the Industrial Revolution.
And what era are we in now, do you suppose? The frighteningly modern?
She is so funny.
Speaking of enigmas, what do we make of Mr. Wilson? Once heard the rumours, of course.
Rumours, now?
Yes, whilst on a trade mission to Moscow. KGB got him. Nonsense, I know.
I wouldn't dismiss them so quickly. But Mr. Wilson is an older man now. And I'm sure a wiser one.
Oh, look at her eyes. The acting. She's worried. Oh, John, let's go.
Dear Winston.
Your Majesty.
Don't move. How are you?
I love that they seem to have maintained a relationship with one another over the years.
You are my guardian angel. The roof over my head. The spine in my back. The iron in my heart.
Oh my god, it makes you want to like go back and watch season 1. Oh my god, this is sad. Oh, everyone's getting older. Beryl. I love that continuing visual theme of him with like the eye looking through things, because that's kind of how we were introduced to his character last season too.
Is hoping we meet now and then.
I love that they managed to get Helena Bonham Carter to sing on the show too. They had a lot of musical moments with her, actually, with Margaret. Okay, so Wilson won.
So the protocol is as follows. When you're announced, you bow from the neck. First time you see the Queen, you say Your Majesty. After that, it's ma'am. Rhymes with ham until you leave. Then it's Your Majesty again. Don't sit until Her Majesty does. Don't talk until she does. Absolutely no physical contact other than taking a hand if and only if she offers it. No small talk unless she invites it. At the end, she'll buzz and I'll come and get you. Bow from the neck and walk back towards me.
Oh my god, that's a lot to remember. I'd be scared. It'd be like, ma'am, rhymes with ham. Oh.
I remember seeing my father's face on a shilling for the first time and thinking how odd it looked. At the same time realizing I would probably one day have to look at my own face.
Oh, wow.
But Mr. Gateskill was still such a young man.
He was.
No one could possibly have foreseen his death.
Okay, so is
And
that the
unexpected.
former Prime
Yes.
Minister? He
Still, we make of our destiny
died
what we
suddenly?
Indeed.
The tension in that conversation,
It
too.
seems to have come from nowhere and is entirely unremarkable. Best qualities in a spy.
That's a read. Entirely unremarkable.
What?
But you would have made the perfect spy, because no one could remember having met you.
I'd say that.
Her face is like that Chrissy Teigen meme, though.
Goes from loving to hating. Mummy, you're not listening. Of course I am, darling.
Oh, that's their mom now.
Two of you have your trip to America coming up. Yes. You'll be with each other round the clock, working together as a team. Your father and I always found those trips really bonding.
Ooh, well, I can't wait for that episode. That's gonna be an interesting one. I'm telling you, they always play, like, music whenever it's around Tony or Margaret. They're our kind of hip couple in the show. Oh, she got the call. She got the call that he passed.
Winston is dead.
Oh, well, that's a mood killer. Shit. Oh, I, like, feel bad for her. She felt, like, really bonded. That was her first PM. Oh, girl. Okay, we're in the United States now.
A man by the name of Michael Straight has surrendered himself to us at the DOJ. He claims to be a sleeper agent working for the Russians. He says he has information that will uncover a senior KGB mole at the top of the British establishment.
Oh, shit. Again, I don't really know my British history, so I'm just, like, along for the ride right now.
But spending time with him personally in close proximity, one had become more and more suspicious.
Oh, it's not gonna be him. It's gonna be someone else.
And the poisoning of Gateskill?
Gateskill wasn't poisoned. He died of lupus.
She does not have her facts straight.
The most likely beneficiary would have been George Brown, not Harold Wilson. Wilson was not favourite to take over the leadership at the time.
We don't have a Russian spy in Downing Street.
No. But it seems
Oh, gosh. It's
we
Tony.
do have one in Buckingham Palace.
It's Tony!
Understand,
Oh, no, it's him. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. I don't know.
in the late Renaissance, painting after painting, masterpiece after masterpiece, seem full of hidden intentions, multiple meanings.
Oh my God, that's
Painted in
awkward.
50. He is time, she is truth. And this figure below, trampled by truth, is deceit. The surveyor of the Queen's pictures, Sir Anthony Blunt, was the fourth man in the Cambridge spy ring. The message encoded in
She
the painting
felt
is repeated
deceived!
reality,
He was
revealed
the one planting the
disgrace.
seed, too.
and that alongside conducting a distinguished career as an art historian and member of the royal household, he spent 15 years as an active KGB mole. Truth may lie beneath the surface, buried, forgotten.
But time has a way of uncovering it.
And him like giving a seminar about like truth and deception in the meaning of these paintings is just...
We subsequently detained and interviewed Blunt, and I'm sad to say he has confessed.
Ooh, she does not look happy. She's like, it really be your own sometimes.
The fact that he had gone undetected for so long, which could in turn seriously affect our relationship with the Americans.
One more operational failure and our credibility would be completely shot.
What are they suggesting? That we turn a blind eye and allow a traitor, enemy of this country, to remain free with his career and reputation intact?
Damn.
The man should be shot.
I agree. But instead I have to get up and pay tribute to him at this exhibition.
Oh,
How am I
the tea. The literal tea. The British tea. Oh my gosh.
have brought us together today?
Oh my gosh.
Sir Anthony Blunt. And given meaning to mystery.
Oh, I want her to be
and
shady.
revealed what really
Give subtle
lie.
shade.
I, for one, had never thought of art history in that way. As the art of investigation, solving riddles, finding clues, unlocking secrets. It's been quite an education.
It has been quite an
I
education.
particularly enjoyed the portrait which turned out to have another person lurking beneath the surface.
That's what I'm talking about.
Have I described that correctly, Sir Anthony? Or am I stumbling around in the dark as usual?
Oh,
It was not uncommon in the early modern period for an artist to finish a portrait, and the patron would take a look and ask for a more flattering version of themselves. And the artist would paint another version over it.
So not two,
is Elizabeth
Two
the artist
different
here?
versions.
which might as well be two different people. The idealized version of themselves they want to be seen, and the less desirable person they rarely are, hidden away. There's even a word for it, palimpsest. Well, I think I speak for everyone here when I say none of us will be able to trust or look at anything in the same way ever again.
Oh my god, I love that. That was beautiful. What an exchange. Round of applause for that. Prince Philip, give him like a fucking evil eye and walk away. Yes. That foreboding zoom in.
Are you not, men?
Actually, no. I'm an economist, statistician at heart. I'm happiest with numbers. You can trust numbers. They're honest. There's no mystery or deception or allegory. You know where you stand.
Oh, I like
What
that.
you
He's a numbers guy. Ooh, Prince Philip is gonna have some choice words with this one. He's like, let's have a little chat. Meet me outside. Meet me upstairs.
I'm going to be watching you. And one wrong step, you treacherous snake. I will expose you and have you thrown in jail.
I would think long and hard before I did that, sir. You would do well to reflect on your own position. There was speculation that a number of portraits of that senior member of the royal family had been found in his apartment. Mercifully, someone respected and well-connected in the art world was able to make sure they didn't fall into the wrong hands.
Oh my god, he's
I
like
never saw
fucking
Stephen Ward in
blackmailing
any
him.
capacity.
If those pictures saw the light of day now, the storm it would create.
Oh my gosh, this
And
guy! Oof. Snake. This like scary music too. Haunting, scary music. Ooh, look how he gripped that bar. Ooh! I'm watching you, bitch. Anthony Blunt was offered complete immunity from prosecution. He continued as surveyor of the Queen's pictures until his retirement in 1972. The Queen never spoke of him again, as she should. Alright, and some post-show thoughts. It's so funny, every time I watch the first episode of a new season of The Crown, I always have like a moment while I'm watching it and I'm just like, I really enjoy this show. And I really enjoyed that episode. I thought this was a really great way to kick off season 3 and not just like a new season, but the fact that we're starting with a new cast, an older cast. I liked the double meaning of olding, because obviously like that's the episode title too, so I was like, oh, that was really, really clever. In terms of like acting performances, I feel like the transition from original cast to new cast is so seamless. I think Olivia Colman is doing a really, really great job. All of them are really doing a great job. The thing for me too is it's so believable for me that the Claire Foy interpretation of Queen Elizabeth, like she would then transition into like this now Olivia Colman interpretation of Queen Elizabeth. And then the storyline of this episode too, the transition of having lost your first prime minister that you really, really were so, I guess, emotionally connected with, and you're very nostalgic over because you now have this new prime minister that you're not quite sure how you're feeling about him. There's a lot of change that was happening in this episode, and the fact that when we really see Olivia Colman for the first time in focus, her first line is all about how there's lots of changes that's occurring was just so poignant. But yeah, lots of transitions, lots of changes in this episode. Then of course like the main storyline of there being a spy within Buckingham Palace. Again, I don't really know my British history too well, so I was just like when I watched it, because he seemed like such a formidable, reliable person. She was really bonding with him over the fact that he was making art history so accessible to her, but then in the end he turned out to be the spy. The writing in this show, but especially in this episode, is just like so clever, because like they're saying one thing, but it could also be applied to other things as well. For example, how Prime Minister was talking about how he is more into numbers rather than paintings, because with numbers they're reliable and they're straightforward and you know what you're getting. But then at the same time, like he's also referring to himself as a person. Like the writing in this episode, well in general with the show, is so clever, and there's always like double meaning to what the characters are talking about, but it was really displayed a lot in this episode. Yeah, this was a very enjoyable episode. I'm very keen to get to young Prince Charles, angsty teen Prince Charles. Like that's the episode that I'm like, let's go. So I'm sure it's gonna come eventually, but I'm very excited to be back. Alright, my question for you guys is maybe more so for the royal family connoisseurs, the British history enthusiasts. I want to know, how accurate do you think the depiction of the relationship between Queen Elizabeth and Churchill is? Because they displayed such like a closeness, such a bond that at least Queen Elizabeth had for Churchill, but I'm wondering if they're just kind of dramatizing it for the sake of the show, for the sake of the narrative, or if that was actually how it was. Because I'm interested to know, because whenever you watch any show or movie that's based on real people, based on true events, sometimes you're not quite sure if the accuracy, the depiction of the relationship is really what it was in real life. So yeah, let me know if you think they did a good job with accurately representing what that relationship really was. Were they really that close, or were they just dramatizing it for the sake of the show, for the sake of the narrative? Let me know in the comment section below. And alright, that's about it for this video. If you liked it, please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and please turn on the notification button down below so you know when a new video from me comes out. And comment down below your thoughts on this episode of The Crown. I'm so excited to be watching the next one. It should be out tomorrow, so check back in here for episode 2. And as always, everything I said was just my own personal thoughts and all my humble opinion, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!